Winter weather and hazardous road conditions across parts of South Carolina disrupted the legislative schedule last week, delaying committee meetings and canceling much of the work planned for Tuesday, with additional meetings impacted on Wednesday. While it ended up being a lighter week than expected, lawmakers still made progress on several issues important to the business and tourism community. I'm Brittany Burton, and this is Advocacy at Work with Destination North Myrtle Beach. It's Tuesday, February 3rd, 2026. Following last week's introduction of Senate Bill 831, the Senate Transportation Subcommittee began its review on Thursday. DOT Secretary Justin Powell testified that the bill is designated to combat inflation and accelerate infrastructure projects by allowing the state to assume certain federal environmental reviews and use faster procurement methods. Key provisions for the business community include expanded authority for public-private partnerships and the introduction of choice lane tolling on new road capacity to manage congestion without tolling existing lanes. The bill also proposes new funding mechanisms, including a congestion mitigation fee on new residential developments and increased registration fees for electric vehicles. Subcommittee leaders emphasize this will be a deliberate working committee process with time for stakeholder input as the bill continues to take shape. Despite the shortened week, the House Ways and Means Subcommittee advanced newly introduced House Bill 5006, known as the South Carolina Small Business Tax of 2026. This legislation would exempt the first $10,000 of business personal property from taxation, providing relief from what many business owners describe as a costly and inefficient forever tax on depreciating assets. After adopting a technical amendment to ensure the bill's constitutionality, the subcommittee voted unanimously to give the bill a favorable report. We're also closely monitoring developments in Washington, where Congress continues working to finalize remaining federal funding bills. At this point, leaders anticipate a short, partial federal government shutdown, likely measured in days rather than weeks. We'll continue watching for any potential impacts on businesses, and we'll share updates as more becomes clear. Looking ahead, another winter storm affected much of South Carolina over the weekend, which could once again limit when legislators can safely return to Columbia this week. If activity is delayed, we'll be watching closely and we'll report back next week on any movement on bills we're following. I'm Brittany Burton, and this has been Advocacy at Work from Destination North Myrtle Beach.